Hey, welcome to my living room. Here we are in Islamorada at my magical compound that I call Lower Mangrovia. This is actually my living room here. It's very interesting. I've been working on the gardens here for big 4 or 5 years, and it seems to have caught a balance of exactly what I can grow. You can hear several fountains going in the background that I've made out of recycled, reclaimed material, much of what you saw on our last video. So we thought we'd start here and tell you a little bit about that. But first off, let me tell you about myself. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, one of the greatest cities in the United States. Some of the best food and the best music that you could ever find. We also have one of the best music festivals called the Jazz and Heritage Festival that happens every year. If you want to go to New Orleans, forget Mardi Gras. You want to go to Jazz Festival. That's a good time. Les bon temps roulé, as they say. So, I've traveled and I've lived in a great number of places, but most of the towns that I've actually migrated to have always been tourist destinations. Mountains, beaches, things of that sort. Things that had history to them and also had an amazing environmental impact on me. That's very important to me. I lived in Lake Tahoe for 11 years, started out in the ski industry, and was the operator of the aerial cable car. Some of you may know it. It carried 99 passengers, and they called me the singing cable car driver. We used to have a blast. People would wait in line so that they could ride with me to get to the top of the mountain because we joked and had a great time. It's good to be personable and really enjoy every walk of life. Everybody deserves to be treated well, and that's how I feel about it. While living in Playa del Carmen, I met a chef who worked out on the islands of Islamorada. He invited me to his home to eat barbecued barracuda, which I was told was deadly to you. Sometimes in life you just got to take a chance and go for it. Don't ever think you need to stay in one spot, in one job, in one position in life, because that's not necessary. That's not necessary at all. What you need to do is live your life, and live your life fully. Another good thing, traveling, seeing this country, it's an amazing place. Yeah, you can go to Europe, you can go to Spain, you can go to France, you can go all over the world. But right here in this country, there are amazing places, and they're called the national parks. I've spent most of my life traveling to these parks and photographing them. There's a trip starting tomorrow, which is going to be an amazing 18 days in Utah, the Slide Canyons, and up at the high elevations in Cedar Breaks National Monument. It's very important that you discover America and really look at this country, because there's so much you can do with your family and your kids right outside your doorstep. There are plenty of parks that you can go see and adventure to. Myself personally, I've been to 293 national parks, monuments, rivers, and such. That's been very important to me. I carry a national park passport, and at this point in time, I have a senior pass, and I can travel to any park in the United States and gain entrance to those parks relatively free or very inexpensive. So that's something you should also think about and do. This is more about a discovery of myself, explaining to you how I live and how I feel, as it is trying to get you excited about doing some of the same things. So I hope you take that with a small grain of salt, but get out there. It's the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service this year. So go find your park. Go out, sit in that chair, watch the stars go by. This is what's really going to soothe your soul. So give it a try. I build a lot of crafts around here at the compound. This is one I'd like to show you. This is what I call my personal stereo, coconut stereo. It's made of bamboo and coconut shells. It was designed to just take your phone, put your music on, and play. You can see the difference in sound and quality when you take the phone out. So use your imagination. You can do amazing things. Yeah, here in mangrovia. We've got probably 137 really nice plants going around. Really makes it a kind of a really decent garden here down in the tropics. It's hard to grow things because of the heat and the salt air. But through trial and error, I've actually found that I got a virtual garden of herbs, spices, bananas, pineapples, trying to grow some mangoes. I've been growing small trees. These are something I planted from seeds, and I actually done real well with it. It's a leucomvitae tree. Also, to have things that are just whimsical and stuff like this around makes everything really cool. And as you can see, this is a solar powered fountain that we have here on this side. And then through the lobster trap crafts and planters, I've created a barrier wall, sort of like a hedgerow, to kind of block out the rest of everything and make this my private garden and parking space for the Subaru. So, gardening, very important. Create as much oxygen as you possibly can, but growing some plants, even if it's a small house plant at your house, it's important. It'll make you feel really good that you're able to grow stuff like this. I know you guys have heard about tiny house living, tiny houses. It's become quite an interesting concept here in America. A lot of people are building tiny homes and getting away from the big mortgage and the big McMansion, and they're turning small spaces into truly incredible little homes that are self-sufficient, some of them off the grid completely, with water collection systems, solar panels, gardens, hydroponics, and aquaponics. I think that most people need to learn some of these skills in order to enjoy life. Let me show you what I've done. This used to be my storage shed for all of my camping equipment and tools and such, but now we've changed it into something new, and it's pretty unique on its own right. Very useful. This was the old storeroom. I'm not sure if we had it in the last video. I believe we did. But what I've done is I've insulated it, put electric in it, did everything that was necessary to make this petite chateau where somebody can come and stay. I have a good friend of mine who lives in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He loves to come down and visit, but the man snores like a train. So I created this with an IKEA bed, air conditioning, lighting. It's very comfortable. It's a place for somebody to come in and spend the night. And I've napped in here lots of times when it was really hot outside and it's really cool and cold in here, and you can get a good little nap in. Taking care of the garden is real important to me here. These are some of the things I'm working on. Giant elephant ears grow fairly well. I've got a couple of different pineapples going here, some more elephant ears. Pretty soon I'll have my own coconut tree. Over here, more pineapple. This is a local tree that you see the beautiful red flowers on. This plant is a Royal Ponciana. Hibiscus. Some interesting stuff that I grow in my Crocs, which is kind of fun. This was an old pig roaster that I made a planter out of, and it has aloe, pineapples, and bananas. Real fun, real fun. Hi guys, welcome to my little work area here. This is where I do a lot of the lobster trap crafts that I do. This is a standard lobster trap that I get from my neighbor, the Lobster Man. It has 2 rails on it, 4 pieces on each end. What we do is we add elements to it, like another rail on each side for stability. Once that's done, then we add brackets and what have you to make the lobster trap. This one is made to actually store 8x10 photos. There's plexiglass that goes on the front of each one of these. Around this particular spot you'll see plenty of the trellises and orchids growing on these, and people have been buying them from me for a few years now and they really like them in their yard. But there's lots of other things you can do and use materials, bamboo, coconuts, make mobiles. These are made out of the leucomvitae seeds, the seed pods that are dried. and I make mobiles out of those. They're very interesting. Over here we've got a bird feeder and water so that the birds have a place to stop. We sit here and enjoy that in the morning, and it's just a really nice place. Right now it's a little warm. We've got the misters going. We normally have the fan going, but due to the video, we thought we'd bring it to you just like this. We hope you enjoy it, but use your creativity. Just look around, whether it be pallets, whether it be recycled aluminum or wood. You can create amazing things. Do it yourself for your home. Alright guys, this is my Islamorada. This is the way I live. I have a very, very small footprint. I try to be really conscious about the environment around me, the place that I live. This is a wonderful houseboat and a wonderful place to be. Think about making a small footprint. Think about making a difference in this world. Think about being happy. That's important. I'm trying, and I think I've achieved a certain degree of happiness here. I mean, if you look around, I've got everything. Outside shower, kitchen, bathroom, everything I made with my own hands. The table's made with poplar and oak with a teak finish to it. It's all been recycled stuff. So it's important to me to just put this out here to you. This is the way I choose to live. Most people couldn't do it, but there are interested people. I can see that by your views. 14,000 of you have went to YouTube channel, looked at our videos. It's fun to be here in Florida. So come on down, check it out. It's a great spot. You'll really enjoy it. So here's to you guys. Cole, Sierra Nevada. Cheers.